Ladies and gentlemen, if you found yourself asking the question, what is Flutter? Well, you're in the right place. So I've got some answers for you. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you and tell you all about Flutter. So let us jump straight in. Flutter is an open source framework created by Google and released in May 2017. It allows you to use one programming language, which is Dart, and one codebase to create two different apps for iOS and Android. Flutter also supports web and desktop development, making it a truly cross-platform solution. You're probably wondering, though, why Flutter is beneficial. Flutter has a hot reload and hot restart feature that lets you see the changes in your app instantly without losing the app state. This makes it easier to experiment, iterate, and fix bugs quickly. Flutter has a rich set of widgets that follow the material design and Cupertino guidelines. You can also customize and create your own widgets to suit your app's theme and functionality. Flutter also has animations, transitions, and effects that make your app more engaging and, quite frankly, delightful. Flutter apps are compiled to native code, which means they run fast and smoothly on any device. Flutter also has a stateful hot reload feature that preserves the app state across code changes, which reduces the need for testing and debugging. Flutter works well with existing code and platforms. You can use Flutter modules to add Flutter features to your existing native apps, or use platform channels to access native services and features from your Flutter app. Let us go beyond UI. Flutter is not just a UI framework, it also has a lot of features and tools that make it a complete app development platform. Here are some of those features. Flutter has a seamless integration with Firebase, a platform that provides back-end services such as authentication, database, storage analytics, and so much more. You can use Firebase to power your Flutter app without even writing any server-side code. Flutter Web is a project that aims to bring Flutter to the web browser. You can use the same Flutter codebase to create web applications that run on any browser and any device. Flutter Web is currently, though, in beta, but you can try it out and give feedback to the Flutter team. Flutter Desktop is a project that enables you to build desktop applications for Windows, Mac, and Linux using Flutter. You can use applications that have native look and feel and performance. Flutter Desktop is currently in alpha, but you can try it out and give feedback again to the Flutter team. Let's have a look at some of the tools and editors over here. Flutter has a great developer experience with a variety of tools and editors that support Flutter development. Some of them include Flutter SDK. The Flutter SDK is at the core of Flutter development. It contains the Flutter engine, the Dart compiler, the Flutter framework, and the command line tools that you need to create and run Flutter apps. Flutter Dev Tools. Flutter Dev Tools is a suite of tools that help you debug, test, and optimize your Flutter app. You can use Flutter Dev Tools to inspect the widget tree, monitor the app's performance, view the app logs, and a whole lot more. IDEs and editors. Flutter supports many IDEs and editors that provide code completion, syntax highlighting, debugging, and testing features for Flutter development. You can use Visual Studio Code, Android Studio, IntelliJ IDEA, or any other editor that supports Flutter plugins. Flutter doesn't come without any disadvantages. Let us have a look at some of those disadvantages. Flutter uses a different approach to app development than the native platforms. You have to learn a new programming language, which is Dart, a new AI paradigm, which is declarative and reactive. You also have to learn how to use the Flutter framework and the tools, which may take some time and effort. Flutter is still also a relatively new framework, and it may not have full support for the features and services that are available on the native platforms. For example, Flutter does not support Bluetooth, NFC, or background services just as yet. You may have to use platform channels or third-party plugins to access these features, which may not be as reliable or easy to use as your native APIs. Flutter apps also tend to have a larger app size than native apps, because they include the Flutter engine as well as the Dart runtime. This may affect the app download and installation time, especially for users with a limited bandwidth or limited storage. What do you think of Flutter? Will you be using it to develop your next app or program? Let us know in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, cheers.